Cronkite News learned the pilot actually trained right here in the valley. In fact, many foreign airlines send their pilots to Arizona to learn to fly. Cronkite News reporter Angie Schuster is live in downtown Phoenix. She spoke with local pilots on what attracts them to this location.
Clear skies, warm weather, not a lot of wind like the skies behind me, perfect conditions to learn to fly. And that's why pilots from around the world come here.
Not only do we have the sun, we have large expanses of area that have plenty of space for an airplane and aviation to exercise and learn a lot. So it's perfect in so many ways.
Just in the Phoenix metro area, you can find more than 24 flight schools, and here you can get hands-on training.
There are flight schools all over the country, but if you take a look at their year of actual training days in the air, they just cannot compete.
Jim Tillman is a retired airplane pilot who is often called on for his expertise after crashes. He thinks in this case the crash of Flight 9525 by pilot Andreas Lubitz couldn't have been helped.
It was a shocking and terrible tragedy that did not have to happen. From what we know so far, it was a deliberate act by a person who was off the rails. A shocking situation, and one that I hope we find the smarts to figure out how to prevent in the future.
We're not in the business to make psychological evaluations. If a person shows that they are a U.S. citizen, and they demonstrate that with either a birth certificate, an original of their birth certificate, or an original of their passport, they can start taking flying lessons with us. If they're not from this country, they must get approved by TSA.
But all the training in the world cannot prevent all crashes.
I can say that I do believe that they need to make a change in this business of mandatory movement of a second person to come into the cockpit when the captain's out. Also, I think that there are some protocols and some engineering things that might want to look at now to prevent this kind of thing from happening again.
Already changes are being made. Here in the U.S., it's already policy to have at least 2 crew members in the cockpit at all times. Now other countries are adopting that policy as well. Several notorious pilots were trained here in Arizona. You may remember 2 of the 9/11 hijackers learned to fly in Scottsdale. Live in downtown Phoenix, Angie Schuster, Cronkite News.